So just a heads up, you guys, I will be making a top 10 badass anime old guys video. It'll be my first video of 2015. It's gonna be awesome.
Many months later. One eternity later.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
Yeah, sorry about that. We should probably just get started. What's going on, you guys? I'm petplatypus, and this is my top 10 badass old dudes in anime and manga. The only rules are, obviously, has to be an anime and manga character. Number 2, they have to be above the age of 50. I figured that was a good age for them to, show their age, and they're, maybe a little bit slower than they used to be, but they're still epic and they're still awesome. And the last thing is, I'm not going to do multiple old dudes from any one particular series, except for one case in this list, but it really isn't, and you'll see what I mean when I get there. But yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Number 10. Kind of weird to start off this list of top 10 badass anime old guys with a chick, but Genkai is actually a really cool character. At first I didn't like her that much because I kind of didn't like her irresponsible attitude of, yeah, I'll just give my teachings to whoever wins this tournament. I don't care if they're evil or if they destroy the world. I was like, oh, that's kind of irresponsible, but she has a funny, sarcastic attitude. She doesn't take shit from anybody. Really sarcastic, a nice smart ass, a good teacher to work off of with Yusuke as a character. And I don't know if she acts differently in the Japanese version, because I know the characters' personalities are a bit different in the English dub, at least for some. Like, I know the announcer chick, the cat, fox, whatever she was, announcer chick for the Dark Tournament. In the original anime, in the Japanese version, she's, like, super nice. And then in the fucking English dub version, she's like, ah, blood, carnage, where's the fucking violence? So, I don't know if Genkai is the same case, but either way, English dub Genkai. Love her badass attitude, love her sarcasm, love how much of a smart ass she can be. She's a really cool character with a good history and a good backstory. And yeah, she has one really, really good moment. They got an 11 out of 10 score from me on an episode, and then something later happened that I wasn't as big a fan of, but had nothing to do with her personality. She's still awesome. So yeah, Genkai, definitely number 10. Let's move on. Number 9. The Knocking Master, formerly called the Rampaging Beast, or whatever translation, I don't know, Jiro from Toriko. Jiro is just awesome. The only thing that holds him back from being higher on this list is that whenever I think about Jiro, I don't really I'm like, yeah, Jiro, he's okay. But that's weird as fuck, because then when I'm actually reading the series and he shows up, I'm like, oh fuck, Jiro's here, he's gonna do something epic. And I don't know, his personality on his own is just kind of okay. He's kind of like chill, laid back, drinks his beer, has his serious moments. It's cool to see him get serious. He has some great lines like, oh fuck, what was it one person said? I can't remember what the villain said, but just when he responded like, are you stupid? That shit was awesome as fuck. I know there's no context to that. You probably won't think it's as epic as I do without the context, but Jiro's awesome. His knocking, it's old now, so it's a spoiler, but it's old news now. So he knocks the planet and slows down its rotation to almost to a stop. Dude's disgusting, dude's badass, dude's awesome. He rocks a pompadour. Like, he's gonna do more crazy shit that could probably put him higher on the list pretty soon in the manga, so yeah, Jiro definitely takes the number 9 spot for sure. The only thing that holds him back is that his base personality and characterization, it's just kind of okay. It's mainly the epic shit that he does and his epic moments of dialogue that really pull him through. But as a character, I think he's just kind of okay, which is what puts him at the number 9 spot. But being on this list is still high prestige. Don't doubt that. There's a lot of dudes not on this list, so yeah, let's move on to the next one. Number 8. Not exactly like a badass fighter, but yeah, Coach Kamigawa, Genji Kamigawa from Hajime no Ippo, the coach of Takamura, Mamoru, and Makunochi Ippo. This dude's just awesome. Like I said, he's not a fighter, he doesn't do anything amazing. I mean, I am considering what these characters did in their youth a little bit as part of why they're on this list, but mainly I'm going to focus on why, when they're old. But when he was young, fists of iron, beating the shit out, breaking that dude's ribs, sick as fuck. And just as a character, he's fun. He doesn't take shit from his students. I like the way he treats Takamura and Ippo, kind of like his, unofficial sons, his children. That's really fucking awesome. And yeah, he's a character with a lot of spirit and a lot of depth, and you really care about him. When a fight is about to happen, like during the press conference before a world champion match, and he gets smacked, it's like, oh, you didn't just smack the coach. You're going to get fucked up in the ring, and you can't wait to see the guy just get his ass clobbered for what he did to the coach. He's just a really likable character. Great speeches, just fantastic. Love Genji Kamigawa. He may not be a fighter, but he still is a badass, and he deserves his place on this list for the number 8 spot. But let's move on. Number 7. That's right. You guys probably knew at some point he would be on this list. Joseph Joestar. Again, counting what they did in their youth, he was a phenomenal fucking character in his youth. Though, as an old man, he is still very funny. He still has his very badass moments. I like that he mixes, though not as often as I would like, I love that he mixes his Hamon ripple techniques with his stand Hermit Purple. And despite having a pretty mediocre stand, he does do some okay things with it. And he's cool. There's moments where it's like, yeah, Joseph Joestar, he's still got it, even though he's an old man now and he's not the focus. But he looks great. He looks badass. He has his moments to shine here and there. He was very, very funny. Pretty much everything he did, for the most part, was funny, which I can't say for every comedic character in the show. So, yeah, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Joseph Joestar from Stardust Crusaders, he was awesome. Even in part 4, when he's like totally senile and shit, he's still fucking very funny, and he's still Joseph Joestar, sort of. I mean, he's so senile now that he's not quite the same as he used to be, but he's still a fun character. It's cool that he lives as long as he does, compared to most of the earlier JoJos. So yeah, Joseph Joestar, unique character, a fun character. Let's move on to number 6. Number 6.
I want Korra, and I'm tired of chasing her.
You're using us as leverage.
Yes.
I will never let you get to Korra.
Unfortunately, you don't have a choice.
Yes, I do.
Tenzin from The Legend of Korra. What makes Tenzin awesome? Well, having the voice of J.K. Simmons, an Oscar-winning actor, that helps. He sounds awesome. He looks pretty awesome. His airbending is badass. Him taking on all of the Red Lotus in Season 3, even though he loses. His speeches, his comedy. Tenzin's just awesome. He's a really good character. It's cool, too, that even though he's the mentor character, he still learns and grows throughout the series, and it's cool that even though he's an adult and, he's like in his 50s and everything, he still has room to learn to grow as a teacher and to grow as a person, to not live in his father Avatar Aang's shadow. Tenzin's just a great character, and like I said, it's awesome to see him kick ass. It's awesome to hear him talk because J.K. Simmons makes him sound like a fucking badass. And yeah, that's really all I have to say. Tenzin is just a really good character, so we can move on to the next one. Number 5. Yeah, Master Roshi. I mean, he pretty much, if he's not on your top 10 list, that should be illegal because he is the pioneer of all perverted badass old men, you know, getting buff, having the beard, even the sunglasses to a certain extent, the perverted nature, just all of that comedic, but having a really badass backstory and baggage to his character and just being overall awesome. Master Roshi was the start of all of that, and he's a good character. I like his attitude when he's teaching his students. I love that he enters the World Martial Arts Tournament to beat them so that they learn that, you know, they can't always, you know, they can't just assume they're the strongest because they won the tournament. He doesn't want them to get lazy, so he continues to, like, actually enter and try to beat them. He tries to pass the torch to someone else. His encounter with Demon King Piccolo and his backstory and everything is just... Master Roshi's an awesome character. I mean, he was the guy. He is the prototype. He is the one who started all of these old pervert fucking badass old guys, and he's still one of the best. So, yeah, he definitely deserves the number 5 spot. Let's move on to the next one. Number 4.
Are you serious? He's storming the front?
Do they really expect me to make a complete mockery of myself by entering through the back door of my own palace?
Infantrymen, keep back! Impossible!
Number 4 and number 3 are sort of interchangeable, but for now, in my mind, this is my number 4. And I'm going to go with Furor King Bradley from Fullmetal Alchemist. The dude, only villain on the list. Yeah, only villain on the list. He's just fucking... Oh my god, you want to talk about a badass normal character? He's one of the homunculus, but he has no healing power. He's just old. He says stuff like, oh yeah, my body doesn't move the way it used to. He's not even in his prime, and it takes like 5 dudes to finally take him out at the end, and it's just... He's so savage. His voice actor in the English dub, I believe Ed Blaylock, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name right, Bayot, I don't know how to say his name, I might put it on the screen, does a phenomenal job voicing him, the only voice for him as far as I'm concerned. He sounds amazing, he looks amazing, epic mustache, he's Furor King Bradley. What can I say? When he walks up in the end of Brotherhood, just fucking... I can't remember the exact quote, but when he's just like, I'm not so much of a fucking coward that I'm gonna go through the back door of my own fucking headquarters, or whatever he said, he's just awesome, just so fucking cool. I just gush over this character. You know, we're starting to get into the guys that I'm just like fucking in love with as characters because they're just so awesome. He's one of them, and he does have some character depth to him and some personality, and he's fantastic. He's Furor King Bradley, awesome character. Moving on. Number 3.
ハンター協会のマーク審査委員会か
Yeah, like I said, number 3 and 4 could be interchangeable, but I'm in the mood to say I like Isaac Netero from Hunter x Hunter a little bit more. He's just awesome. I mean, the animation on him helps, but he has great lines. His giant fucking Buddha statue, and he's just cool as fuck. I do wish we had seen more of him. I do feel like he could have had better character development. His backstory was mainly about hyping him up rather than giving him, like, really solid characterization. But he still has good characterization, and his combat skills are awesome, and just almost everything he does in the Chimera Ant arc is awesome. Except maybe the big explosion. because that had nothing to do with Nen, and it was just a bomb, and that's kind of not his own skill. But other than that, he's just fucking awesome. Again, like I said, could be interchangeable. I'd have to watch some scenes from Hunter x Hunter again, but when you see the dragon come down with fucking Zeno, and he just, Neferpitou just slap, just sends her flying, it's awesome. Just badass, dude. I love Netero. But yeah, maybe fear King Bradley a little bit more. I think you can probably tell that I gushed a little bit more over Bradley, so maybe, you know, switch them around. Like I said, they could be interchangeable. But now I'm going to move on to number 2. Number 2. Edward Newgate from One Piece. He's fucking, he's Whitebeard. He doesn't have a beard and he's Whitebeard and no one questions it. I know it's like a translation issue, but it's just funny that he has the epic mustache. He's enormous, he's badass, he's a great father figure. He's a manga character that you read, you look at him, you see everything he does, and you're just like, I can respect this guy. Like, this guy is fucking awesome. He's a great character. He's got, I think, even though he doesn't do a ton until the arc where, it's old news, until the arc where he dies. That was a few years ago, so it's, you know, same thing for, you know, Netero, but again, Hunter x Hunter, again, old. It's old news. Both characters do die in the arcs that they're the most important in, but it's just, for Whitebeard, I think it was handled better. You just see more of him, more characterization, more characters that look up to him, more characters that interact with him. I think his powers are a bit cooler with the fucking earthquakes, just so versatile. He's tilting seas and shit. Fucking awesome. Absolutely love Whitebeard, Edward Newgate. Awesome character. Totally satisfied, especially when he dies and the way they describe the stats and everything. Just how he, oh my god, it's awesome. So, yeah. Before we get to number 1, though, I want to mention some honorable mentions. That's kind of a redundant statement, the way I worded it at least. Starting off, all the honorable mentions here, I have 4 actually. These 4, one of them's an anime and manga character, the others aren't, which is why they're honorable mentions, because they couldn't be on the list, but I still wanted to give them some credit. First off, Old Snake from Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots. He's awesome. He's fucking, like, it's Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid, who's already a badass. You make him old, you give him one of the most epic cinematic stories ever. I almost put him on the list because Metal Gear Solid 4 practically is an anime with its fucking hour-long cutscenes. And just, you see the final battle with Liquid Snake, and it's just, it's so to quote Seuss from Gravity Falls, is too dope, I can't cope. It's just so fucking cool. And that's a good segue because the next character is from Gravity Falls. Grunkle Stanford Pines, or Stanley Pines, whatever you want to call him. He is just, for a character who's a criminal and very mean-spirited, he's just delightful to watch. He's so funny. He's so cynical. He's just a great comedic character. Yeah, I think he's one of the greatest comedic characters I've seen in a cartoon. He's just awesome. He takes brass knuckles and beats the shit out of zombies. He's just a badass without actually being a badass, and it's just, yeah, love Grunkle Stan. So, yeah, and the last one, or not the last one, excuse me, the last one that's not an anime and manga character, I'm going to go with Carl from Up. I watched the movie Up recently, and I really love this character. I love his character development, how he goes from being so grouchy and so, like, fuck the world and fuck everyone around him to being more open to the kid and the dog and the bird in the movie. And he has a great design, and the first 10 minutes of the movie just break your fucking heart, even if you know what's coming. It's just awesome. So, yeah, and part of that is his character selling it. He is just a fantastically written main character for a Pixar movie. One of Pixar's most adult movies, too. Until you get to, like, the bird and the dogs with the voice callers, it's a very adult movie. It's like you're watching an adult movie that just happens to be animated. Like, it's really how it is. So, yeah, love his character. And the anime and manga character is Bang from One Punch Man. He didn't quite make the list. I gave him a chance in, like, extended the deadline for this video. He was cool, don't get me wrong. He looked badass without a shirt on, all scarred up and shit. No homo, maybe a little homo, whatever, fuck it. And yeah, he has a great design, he looks cool. He just didn't do quite enough to put him on this list with the caliber of other characters that are here. But yeah, still want to give Bang props, he was awesome. Now, we move on to the big event, the fucking numero uno. Number 1.
Did I ever tell you how I got the nickname, the Dragon of the West?
I'm not interested in a lengthy anecdote, Uncle.
It's more of a demonstration, really.
Uncle Iroh from Avatar. This is what I was talking about when I said it's kind of 2 characters from the same series, but not really. The Legend of Korra and Avatar: The Last Airbender. He does carry over to Legend of Korra, but I'm mostly talking about Uncle Iroh from Avatar. He is what I consider to be a perfect character. His voice by Mako, may he rest in peace, fantastic. The delivery is awesome. His acting is amazing. The character has a great design. Every speech he gives is awesome. His combat is awesome. He's funny. He has not too much character development, but just as a guide for Zuko and trying to redeem Zuko without pushing too hard. And then as the story progresses, he starts to push harder and harder on him to, like, you need to just change. And it's just some of those moments just really, they get you, even if they're not like sad moments. It's just his delivery and voice acting. The song he plays for his dead son in Tales of Ba Sing Se. Oh my god. He is just a wonderful character. He's delightful. He's badass. He's fucking got insightful things to say. He's Uncle Iroh. Like, most scenes where I tear up or cry watching Avatar: The Last Airbender involve him. He's probably my favorite character from the series. And yeah, he's just at least my favorite side character for sure. So I can't say enough about Uncle Iroh. He is just fantastic. And in The Legend of Korra, he's really good as well. But mainly talking about the original, awesome. The fucking leader of the White Lotus doing the firebending shit. He's just awesome. And the stuff with the dragon, oh my god. He's just the Dragon of the West. Uncle Iroh. Badass character. What else can I say? Love him. So that's my top 10 list of anime old guys. And one girl. Not going to discriminate. Yeah, I kind of started off not wanting to spoil anything, and then I just sort of went into spoilers. I mean, there will be a spoiler thing at the beginning of this video, so it doesn't matter, but yeah, I had to talk about some spoilers to really give my 2 cents on these characters and really talk about why I like them so much, but that's pretty much all I have to say. They're awesome characters. The honorable mention characters were awesome as well. I finally got this video done. Was it worth the hype? Probably not, but whatever. Maybe not the hype. Hype's the wrong word, but was it worth dragging it out this long? No, and I didn't mean to. I still apologize about that, but anyways, hey, it's still the first video of a year. It may not be 2015, but it's the first video of 2016. Whatever, you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching this video. Tell me what you guys thought of these characters. What are your top 10 old guys in the comments section below? You can add me on PSN. You can also follow me on Instagram. I post things there sometimes. I'm petplatypus on both. Give this video a thumbs up. That would help me out a lot. Subscribe if you haven't already or if you like what you've seen here. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.